car and you're thinking about an electric vehicle, but you're not sure about the whole filling it up part. And can you trust some of the charging infrastructure? You're not alone. Tech Life expert Jennifer Jolly joins us from her own garage on Whidbey Island outside of Seattle. What a clean garage. I love it. So, so tell us what you've got there.
Okay, well, I have to say this is the cleanest my garage has ever been and probably ever will be again. But yeah, welcome to my home here. I was exactly like the introduction that you gave there. Like, oh, I really want to make the switch over to electric for so many reasons, but where am I going to fuel it up? Where am I going to charge it up? I live on an island, and when we've reviewed electric cars in the past, the public charging stations have either not worked or there have been long lines. They've been really slow. So enter the 2024 Ford Mustang Mach-E GT all-electric SUV. It has been so much easier to switch from gas to electric than I thought it would be. This gets nearly 300 miles on a full charge, goes 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. It is whisper quiet, but the best part of all, 0 trips to the gas station. I now just fuel up at home, which I've come to learn is what nearly everyone who owns or leases one of these does these days. So gone are those days of range anxiety.
Right. And I've heard a lot of people be worried about all the lines and how long it takes and things like that. So explain how the process works. How easy is it to charge your car?
Well, it's as easy as plugging in your phone overnight. Seriously, I set this to charge during off-peak hours, which you just set on a little touch screen inside the car. It costs about $7 for me to fill it all the way up. My gas car costs about $80 to fill up. But get this, I sort of buried the lead here a little bit. If you buy or lease any electric vehicle from Ford between now and January 1st, they'll throw in this Charge Station Pro top of the line retail 80 amp charger and standard installation. They're calling it the Ford Power Promise. And they're doing it because where and how to charge is still everyone's top concern. It was mine for sure, but they added this. It got us off the fence. And like I said, now that I made the switch, I can't believe it took us so long.
Interesting. And you mentioned how much you save versus gas. What about your electric bill? Has that had much impact?
Well, it has. It's gone up about $60 a month. And it's hard to nail down how much you might save making this switch because the cost of gas and electricity varies so much between the states. But on average, we save about $2,000 a year, about $35 or so a week. The Mach-E here gets the equivalent of about 91 miles per gallon. But I've gotten so much of my time back, not going to gas stations. There's no oil changes. I kind of can't believe I didn't do this before. That free charging station at home really has worked to get us off the fence.
Right. And I know Ford's got that program going on for the next few months. And I guess you just charge it overnight while you sleep, and then it's good to go for a day.
Yeah, on the touchscreen inside the car, there's a little panel. I've set ours to charge during off-peak hours, during weekdays and weekends. I plug it in. I forget about it. It's a set it and forget it kind of thing. I hop in. I'm fully powered up. I basically have a full tank every single morning. And then they're so rare that I drive more than 300 miles on a single trip anymore. I mean, the average person, the average family in America drives over 150 miles on a single trip just 4 times a year. We just don't drive that much that often. Right. Most of us are going to work, getting the kids, running around with the kids. So one thing to note, your power bill does go up a little bit. Like I said, about $60 a month. And then our insurance premiums went up a little bit too, about 4%. All in though, we're still saving a couple grand a year.
Yeah. So what were some other things, or are some other things that are making people kind of hesitant about transitioning to electric vehicles?
Well, the overall sticker shock. When I last did a kind of a big deep dive on going all electric, the average electric car was about $10,000 more than the equivalent fuel car. Now that's come down to just over $2,000. So that's come down quite a bit. And then in addition to that, and the range anxiety, Another big myth and kind of worry is that EVs are actually worse for the environment than gas or diesel cars. But I've done a ton of research on this, been writing about it for the last decade. According to the latest data from the EPA and numerous bipartisan sources, that's just not factually correct. When you take into account everything that people worry about, power plant emissions, battery manufacturing, materials mining, impact on the power grid, recycling of materials, how long the batteries last, when all is said and done, all of it just keeps showing electricity winning out.
Okay. And finally, where can somebody go if they want to find out more about this Ford at-home charger program?
Well, just go straight to Ford.com. Just skip over anything else. Go there. Do not pass go. Do not, collect $100, whatever. You just go there and find out about it. Now is a really good time if you need to buy a new car. Now is a good time to do it because it's the end of the year and they need to get rid of the 2024 models to make way for the 2025 models. If you want to read more about my experience going electric, go to techish.com.
Okay, awesome. Jennifer, thanks so much for sharing your garage and your experience with us.
Well, thank you. It was a great incentive to clean it up.
Yeah. Thanks. We'll see you next time.